It's my pleasure, it's my honor to introduce my friend, Congressman Jim Himes. True American hero.
Thank you, Mark and Nicole and all of you. That was my second time seeing that. And as Mark said, the first time contributed in a small way to the mayhem that you saw in the U.S. Congress over these last 2 weeks. And I'll come back to that. You're feeling like I did the first time I saw it and the second time I saw it, which is there's no way to process the enormity of the horrendousness that was visited on this small town in Connecticut, or the remarkable reaction of optimism and life that Nicole and Mark and 26 other families have exhibited since then. There really is no way, but there's also, if you believe the quote by Governor Cuomo at the end there, that we are all bound to each other, we don't have a choice but to respond. And these things are always very complicated. It's always mental health, terrorism, homophobia, and guns. And we can't lose track of the fact that those who would have us slow down in addressing the disease that besets this country often try to set it up as mental health or guns, ISIS or guns, homophobia or guns. The reality is it's all those things and guns. And we actually spend a fair amount of time on all of those issues with the exception of guns. And so we lose 30,000 Americans to gun violence every single year. And as Mark said, I decided that when the 435 people who, with 2 hours of hard work, could pass some things that 90% of the American population believes in, universal background checks, no fly, no buy, but instead offer up 7 seconds of silence. We stop talking about dinner or sports or whatever it is we're talking about, and we put on our very serious and solemn face and we're quiet for 7 seconds. I realized as I saw Mark that night that that's not a good thing. That honors nobody. It is in fact emblematic of an utter neglect of duty on all of our parts. And so these weeks played out, and Senator Murphy did his filibuster, and we took over the House of Representatives for about 26 hours, ending last night at about 4 in the morning. But it's not enough. It's all going to come, I'm sad to say, to nothing. We may get a vote, and it'll be the same outcome of the vote in the Senate Monday. So we need a lot more of this. You need to agitate. We need to change the conversation. We need to say it's this and guns. We need to speak to people in religious terms. I happen to be a Christian. I'm pretty sure the prophet of my religion would never tolerate, would never stand for. This is the man who said, "Blessed are the peacemakers, turn the other cheek." I'm pretty sure that at least the prophet of my religion would not be in any way, shape, or form comfortable with the society that we have created. And I think we need to speak to people in those terms, and we need to change the way we as fathers and mothers talk about and accept guns in our society. Women need to ask their dates whether there's a gun in the car. Parents need to ask their play dates whether there's a gun in the house. We need to change that conversation, because at the end of the day, my colleagues will respond, but we're a long way from that. And so I can't say enough about the people who put this movie together. Maria, Kim, I don't know Kim, but this is a huge step in the right direction. This movie catalyzed 2 weeks of mayhem in the Congress that won't be enough, but it's an important step in the right direction. And to Nicole and to Mark, how you continue this fight is pretty easy for those of us who have been blessed not to intersect with the horrendousness that you did. It's pretty easy, frankly. I get a lot of thanks, but this is easy compared to what you do. But please, for God's sake and for all of our sakes, keep it up. Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman Jim Himes. Thank you.